Yeah. Hey, hello everyone. A very good morning. I'm as it's 11:05 and we already waited for 5 minutes. So let's start. Let the people join. I'll just share my screen. Mhm. I hope you people are able to see it. Uh, can someone just confirm? Hello. Okay. Okay. Thanks for confirming. So let's start. Okay, so today's topic is ACB. As we all know, like the word ACB is buzzing in the market all around the world. MuleSoft is also focusing and asking us to shift towards ACB. Yeah, as it's a very like new one. It's not new one. We can say it's already there, but the thing is like due to AI and MuleSoft vibes and all, it currently getting highlighted very much. So let's start with our today's session. Our topic is start our MuleSoft journey with ACB. Wherein we will just go into deep dive into all the basic concepts of ACB. And yeah, I'm welcoming you all to Mumbai MuleSoft Meetup. So let's start. Yeah, I'll just start with the safe harbor statement. Like both the speaker and host are organizing this meetup in individual capacity only. We are not representing our company here. This presentation is strictly for learning purposes only, and organizer or presenter do not hold any responsibility that same solution will work for your business requirements. And it's not meant for any promotional activities. Okay. The housekeeping, like a recording of this meetup will be recorded, like uploaded to the event page within 24 hours. And you can ask questions at any time. Just feel free to stop me and ask, make it more interactive. And yeah, we always love feedback. So we will wait for that. Yeah, I'll just, while introducing me, I'm Manisha Patil. I'm working as a senior MuleSoft developer at LTN, and I'm having total 9 plus years of integration experience and 11 to know this 4 plus now. Like since last 4 years, I'm working with MuleSoft now. And I was a part of like aspirant MuleSoft ambassador, which is nothing but top MuleSoft Mentor 2025 program. And recently, I'm got selected as Mumbai MuleSoft Meetup leader. And I'm also the certified developer advocate. Yeah, I also write some blogs, so I have million one. Yeah, thank you. So today I'll be the host as well as speaker for this meetup. So let's start with our agenda. So first of all, we will see like why modern developer tools matter. Then we will just touch the VS Code about basic foundations and all extension based model. What is ICB? How it differs from our current IDE Anypoint Studio, and then we will just proceed with basic demo, and then yeah, question answers. So why modern developer tools matter? So what do you think here? like we all can say like today's development is not the same as it was before 6 to 7 years ago. We can say like it has totally changed. Many of the multiple technologies got introduced, and now like developers are often expected to work across multiple technologies to deliver project faster and everything. So when all this comes, like our development tool matters, our development IDE matters. So what a good development IDE is like, what it does, like it reduces friction, then it simplifies workflows, and it helps teams to focus on solving business problems, like instead of struggling with all the setup and configuration tasks. So in the short segment, like I'll just try to give you high level overview of modern developer tooling, and later we will explain like how ACB fits into this model. So as we all know, VS Code, as it's very famous and it's very known and popular, yeah, due to its importance. Its main popularity is across. It works across Windows, Mac OS, Linux. How it helps organization? Like it helps organizations to standardize their tooling. Another important part is that VS Code is technology neutral. So what we mean by technology neutral here? Like by default, when you install VS Code, it does not assume whether you are going to work with Java, Python, JavaScript, or any other specific language. It gives you very simple basic minimum, and then through its extension model, it allows you to install whichever application you want to. Like you can install postcode there, Java there, Python there, according to your technology on which with which language you want to develop or design your workflows. So that's why it gives you just basic, and then it allows you to add on top of that. So what this approach, how it helps? It helps the VS Code very lighter, flexible, and easy to adapt as the requirement changes. So the very famous concept is its extension based model. So the most important concept to understand about VS Code is its extension based model. So instead of shipping everything in one big package, VS Code allows to be added features to be added through that extensions. So each extension, what it does, it adds support for a particular language, framework, or workflow. This means developers don't need separate tools for every technology. They can use one editor and customize it based on their needs. We can take very simple example of our smartphone here. Like we all do have smartphones, but the apps, the phone itself stays the same, but the applications which we install inside that, it decides like how the phone is going to be, like how we are going to use that, and what capabilities it will give us. So similarly, VS Code, it will stay the same, but the extensions which we installed inside that, they will define its capabilities. For example, the one people who want to work with Java, they will install Java extensions. Python people will install Python one. Yeah. And when it comes to our MuleSoft development, like MuleSoft provides an extension called Anypoint Extension Pack, which is nothing but by ultimately Anypoint Code Builder got installed. So what this Anypoint Code Builder is? Now let's connect this to MuleSoft. Like Anypoint Code Builder is MuleSoft's extension to Visual Studio Code. It brings MuleSoft development capabilities into the VS Code environment. So it supports API design, integration development, then working with unit test cases. Everything which we can do with Studio, we will able to perform with ACD. The most important part is it always integrated with Anypoint platform. So tasks like deployment, monitoring, exchange, and those will get very simpler and easier here. And VS Code remains the editor, and ACB simply adds MuleSoft specific functionalities on top of it. So why MuleSoft chose this approach? Because like it aligns with the modern developer tooling like Cloud Vision. Yeah. Modern Cloud Vision network and development practices. That's why MuleSoft chose ACBI. It also fit well with the DevOps workflows, and it helps developers work in a more flexible and efficient way. So in simple terms, we can say VS Code provides the foundation, and extensions provide the power, and Anypoint Code Builder brings MuleSoft into this modern developer ecosystem. So now the question arises, like we all are very comfortable with Anypoint Studio. It's really working very well, and we all are getting comfortable. But then why the need for this? Like what is the difference between a Studio and SCB? So if we compare difference, traditional IDs, they are nothing but Eclipse based. It's mostly desktop focused. But when it comes to SCB, it also provides us a cloud version, like browser. You can work anywhere with your like tablet, PCs, mobiles, smartphones. Like you don't need that application to be installed in your desktop computer, and then only you will work. So due to its browser version, it's very flexible and portable, we can say. Then our studio file itself is of 2 GB. Yeah, while when downloading it is. So it's a heavy ID, but when it comes to ACB, it gets quickly installed, and it's a very lightweight and faster. Also, Studio has limited AI and DevOps support, but when it comes to Anypoint Code Builder, we are having across paths with multiple AI tools. Then Git functionality is there. You can initialize repository from there. You can do all your push, pull, clone, whatever we are operations we are performing while committing and pushing the code. We can do itself from AC. Yeah. Also, it best fits for the CI/CD and cloud deployments development flow. Okay. So what are the benefits of this? Like as we all know till now, like it's very lightweight and faster. But apart from that, ACB has AI assisted development capabilities. Like we can use cursor inside that GitHub Copilot. Yeah. So the very recent technology has come like MuleSoft vibes, as we are all aware. So it uses in backend it uses Salesforce Einstein framework. Yeah, but it's the like communicative approach. Like it's nothing but your development companion. You can give prompt to them and then prompt to the MuleSoft vibes, and then accordingly it will develop the whole API for you. It will also suggest you improvement points. In case of there are any error, it will try to remove those errors and all. And as we also already discussed, like ACP has Git capabilities, CI/CD integrations, everything is possible very seamlessly and easily. Also, it works both locally as well as desktop version and cloud browser. So so instead of focusing more time on the speaking, we will just let's start with the demo part itself. So as a demo part, how we will go, we will first cover installation of ACB. So I will let you all know like how you can install ACB, how to start it, then how to develop a basic Mule flow in ACB as we are developing in our studio, Hello World or something. Then the entire software development life cycle, like from designing API specification to publishing it to Exchange to implementing it, scaffolding it, and then deploying it to Cloud. We will see that. And if time permits, we'll also see like if we are having any Mule project ready in studio, how we can take that project into ACB and start our development journey further, work on that further. So how to import a studio project .jar file in ACB. Okay. Let me, let me just check whether there are any questions. Yeah, Anypoint Studio will get decommissioned in future. So Imran, we are not sure. Like, obviously, this step will happen, but not very immediately. Like we can say, as this ACB is evolving now, it's not yet production ready or enterprise ready. But yeah, they have developed it very. What we can say, it's very capable now to drive the code till lower environments. We can say so. I think we might be in coming 2 to 3 years, we can see this decommission and all things. It will not happen immediate switch. I think for 3 to 4 years we are safe. But the thing is, right? Yeah, the thing is like if we will start working on ACB or getting our hands dirty on ACB from right now, then only we will be like future ready. If they decided it, as such, there is nothing that Anypoint Studio is going to decommission, but in future it may happen because all the entire all the newest releases, MuleSoft new offerings like MuleSoft Vibes, Agent Force, and all those are getting rolled out via ACB only, not with Studio. So if we are still continuing with Studio, maybe we miss all those newest offerings. That's why MuleSoft is just focusing and asking us to just start working with ACB also. Okay. Sridharan has yeah. When ACB Cloud IDE will be available for general public, and what are pros cons of ACB Cloud IDE versus ACB Desktop? See, Sridharan, as such, there are no pros and cons. But the thing is, like with ACB Desktop, we are having like as we are having our studio as the heavy version. With desktop, with ACB browser Cloud IDE version, what they try to mitigate that problem. Like if we are having like if you there are some people, if you want to work with like what we can say smartphone or else tablets, it's also possible because of the Cloud IDE version of ACB. So that is we can consider as a pros of ACB. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, it is clear. Okay, so I will just start. So while starting with ACB, the very first step is we have to connect to our Anypoint MuleSoft. our Anypoint platform account. It is nothing but trial account also, like as of now I'm using my organization's enterprise account, but all these things are possible with Anypoint platform's trial accounts also, which is there for 30 days. Yeah, and we can always re-enroll that or renew that. So once we logged in into the Anypoint platform, here we are having that section of Anypoint Code Builder. So just click on this Get Started button. Once you click on this Get Started button, here we can see this is nothing but a Cloud IDE browser version of ACB, and this is the desktop version of ACB. Yeah. So till the time I have worked, I got comfortable with desktop version. We'll just proceed with that. But Cloud IDE version, it also works exactly similar to our desktop. We can proceed with that also. Once we clicked on this, as I have introduced, MuleSoft extension is nothing but Anypoint extension pack. Upon installation of this Anypoint extension pack, ACB will already get installed into our VS Code. So we can read here, like this Anypoint extension pack is nothing but a bundled version of all these extensions. If you can see, there are total 8 extensions. API extension, API kit extensions, which will help us with our API kit router things. Then integration exceptions, which will help us with our packaging things of develop data wave extension will help us with our data wave transformations and all. MUnit 1 is helpful for MUnit tests. So according to our need, the respective extension will work in the background behind backend, and then it will provide us that specific functionality. So do not do mistake of installing these extensions one by one. Instead, you just install this Anypoint extension pack and everything will get installed without error seamlessly. So, and there are prerequisites, like the only prerequisite is like Visual Studio Code. You should have this updated version of Visual Studio Code installed in your system, and then you should have Anypoint platform account. So just click on this install. Once we click on this install, it will open this VS Code framework for us. Yeah, in my case, actually, it is already installed. That's why we are seeing uninstall option here. But in your case, you will see install. You just need to click on that install. Once you click on that install, this is the right corner, which is very important. Here you will get all the notifications like ACB is getting installed and all. And once the installation thing done, you will get this icon here, Anypoint Code Builder. This icon is nothing but our ACB. And the rest is VS Code framework. Now, first, let me get you familiarized with VS Code framework. Like here, we are having different tabs here. So this is nothing but folder tab. From here, we can see the current project which is open in your VS Code framework. Yeah, this is nothing but search panel. This is for source control. As I have told you, like ACB, we can also do Git integration of ACB. So from here, you can initialize a repository. You can perform all those push, pull, clone operations from here. Once you configured, yeah, and logged in here. Then this is nothing but run and debug section, which this we will use while running our code locally, while debugging the code locally at that time. This is nothing but the extension based model of VS Code, which we talk. Like VS Code, it just get installed as a basic, but then via its extension model, it allows you to install all these various applications. If you see here, as of now, I have installed Anypoint extension pack only, so I have related applications. But recommended, if you see below, like we can do in XML tools, then Git history. Similarly, we are having Java options here, like Maven for Java. Multiple are there, SQL tools. Even Postman, there is one application, Postcode for Notepad also. So according to our need, we can install the specific application and all those functionalities will get added on top of VS Code framework. Okay. So then after that, this is nothing but it's related to testing part. Yeah, this I have not explored yet. This is nothing but our ACB, Anypoint Code Builder. And this is nothing but MuleSoft Vibes, a very latest offering of MuleSoft, wherein with just prompt, we can develop all the entire application. So as a part of this meetup, we will just concentrate on this ACB part today. Also, we are having yeah, this is nothing but it's just it will give you different looks to your IDE. If you want this, then it will give you like this structure. If we click on this below, all this output terminal, wherein once we run our code, we will get all the logs here. If we open this, from here we can chat with the AI tools like our Cursor, Microsoft, all those. GitHub Copilot and all. Okay, let's stick to this one. Okay, and then let's start. So when it comes to ACB, like this is also recently get added. Create an agent network when our A2A connectors got introduced at that time. So the main version, main things which we are going to focus on today is like design an API, then implement an API, and develop an integration. So also, if these are the newly added import a Mule project, import a studio workspace. This workspace is very recently one because even I'm looking it for the first time. Okay, and below this documentation is really helpful. This is nothing but MuleSoft official documentation, so you will get step by step all the execution of how to develop a basic Mule application in ACB. So I'll encourage you all, if you get some time, just please go through this documentation part also. So very first of all, what we will do, we will just try to develop one basic Mule flow here. So as a part of develop an integration, okay, we'll start with the basic flow first. Let's give hello meetup name to our first flow, project location capacities. We are having templates also here, ready templates. If we want to go with those, as of now, we'll just try to create one empty project and we will select which Mule runtime version you want. You can select it from here, Java version. If you don't want workspace, just click and then just click on this create project. Once you click on this create project, it will create, yeah, it will give you this in folder structure. It will give us all this, like the very main form.xml. Just as, do you want extension? No. Always keep an eye here and yeah, it will give you all the notifications time to time, like whether you want any approvals or something. If you want to any approve anything, you just keep an eye on this icon. Okay. So build a flow. We'll just proceed with build a flow. Yeah. So the very first difference in AC in our Anypoint Studio, we can see things like horizontal. If you see here, we are having listener, then logger, then publish, and then log. But when it comes to ACB, we are having things in vertical. So if you click on this plus icon, and then you will be able to add the loggers. Before that, let me just tell you, it creates exactly similar structure like source, main, mule. Inside that, our file is there. Inside our file, this is nothing but normal flow, and this is our error handling framework. We can add like on error, propagate, continue, whatever we want to. And here also, the very first, to change the flow name, just click here and give hello Mule flow. You have to just click on this correct option, apply. Yeah, and that flow states you can change from here, start, stop, max concurrency, you can define here. Once done, we will just close it. We will just add logger just to tell like flow has started. And here to configure, we have to just click on that connector and we have to give message here, flow started. If you want to enable effects, just click on this effects part and it will enable for you. Log level we can change, it's very normal as our studio part, and we can define category also here. To change the name of the logger, similar, you have to edit this and you have to just click on the correct option. Okay. So one more thing I want to tell, this is nothing but the Mule palette. Like as in studio, we are having Mule palette here. We can add, then our like favorite modules and all everything here. Similarly in ACB, sorry. Similarly in ACB, we are having this Mule palette, we can call it. So there are 2 to 3 ways. Either you can search here, listener, whatever, whatever connector you want, HTTP listener and all, or else all components. Inside all components, you can just drag, expand these connectors, and inside that you will get all the connectors. The very interesting thing is here, like based on the Java and Mule runtime version which you selected, it will give you the appropriate version, connector version, which is suitable for that, like this. HTTP, you want request, like. Also, the very interesting part, like feature of ACB, which is not available in Studio, is like snippets. So snippets, there are two types: user snippets and built-in snippets. Snippets are nothing but the part of the code only. Like in built-in snippets, I will just explain you with an example. Suppose if you want to add the functionality of choice router, and if we just click on this choice, it will give us this entire structure. Like no need to add choice, then inside that define this condition and all, add connectors. So it will give you directly. If you want to delete, just right click and you can delete. To add breakpoint also, you have to just right click and you can add breakpoint. Also, the XML view is available. For that, you have to just click on this symbol here, open in code editor. Once you click on this symbol, see, you can see both the views. This is nothing but canvas UI and this is the XML view of this. This black dot, it indicates that your file is not saved. So it's important to keep your file in between, to save your file in between. So as of now, if you will see, we are having this flow and logger is added inside that. Now, suppose if someone loves to do the coding via this XML part, they can also do. Suppose to add a new flow. Let me just enter here. Yeah, to add a new flow, you have to just write flow here and it will give you, if you see this, it will give you these notifications. Like you can add this flow. Just give the name test flow. Inside that, if you want to add logger first, sorry. Yeah, just enter. If you want to add logger, yeah, if you see, just type this log and you will get this logger part. So it will define all these entire properties for you in between that. And we can say there is one maybe drawback of ACB, like at a time we can see only one flow, not like as in our studio we can see flows, right? Like this one flow is there, this is the another flow. But here in ACB we cannot see two flows at a time. If we are seeing test one, to see hello mule flow, you have to just click here, these three dots, which is nothing but flow list, and from here you can route. So at a time only one flow is visible. Okay. Yeah, we'll just add one set. And when the snippets, as in built-in snippets, there are all the snippets which are provided by MuleSoft. But if you want to do like, as if we are in our project, we are having some basic standards which are different project wise. So like first flow should be there, then to set correlation ID, the transform message connector should be there, then logger part should be there. In that case, we can always create this new user snippet and then we can import it everywhere. It will be like a reusable part of that flow itself. You can yeah, import it everywhere. Like the entire team can import that and directly that set of connectors will get added in our flow. Okay. We will just do one thing. We will just add one set payload. Yeah. As of now, we are adding here in our XML. It's getting clicked here. It vice versa. If you add here, it will give you right click. Yeah, this red dot is nothing but it's a breakpoint. If you want to add breakpoint via XML flow, you can do it. Okay. As of now, we'll just close this code editor part because I'm pretty much comfortable with this canvas UI only. In set payload, yeah, you can see hello SCB. Yeah, suppose we have the, yeah, and the, we'll just add our last logger, which will say flow complete. Okay, suppose to run this, just click here and click on this run. And if you want to debug, just add breakpoints by right clicking or in via code editor by just giving that red dot. And then you have to just select here debug Mule application and then you have to just click here. So the one thing is right, when you, yeah, when you are debugging the flow, you will get the entire Mule event structure here. And in the watch part, you can add some payload kind of thing. Yeah. And then you can keep an eye on that. Like after each connector, what is the value of payload, like this. Yeah. We'll just try to run this application. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll just check whether there are any questions. Okay, try to check connection and okay. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll also want to, yeah, it's deployed. Look, let's, yeah, I will also want to tell you one thing, right? As we are defining our arguments, to define the argument for a specific project, we can define it here in this section, Mule runtime args in launch.json. And to define it globally, we have to come here in ACB1, and then here if we can see this open ACB settings option, inside this we can define everything, like what is the group ID which is available as a part of our pom.xml, what group ID you want to configure, what log level you want to keep, what are the, yeah, see, this is nothing but our runtime arguments, what runtime arguments you want to keep here. So you have to add it like -m, -d, environment, or encryption key, as we are using secure properties. Accordingly, -m, -d, you can keep those here. Okay, so this is nothing but the procedure of development integration, wherein you can develop any one common flow and then you can proceed it accordingly. Suppose if you want to define an API specification, in that case, you have to go with this option, design an API. Once we clicked on this design an API, it will ask you to select this project name. You can just give ACB Meetup. Yeah. Always select this business group ID. If it's optional, if no selected, no problem. And then just click on create project. Once you click on this create project, it will give you the notification like it is right now, it is creating API specification for you, API project created. Once it's created, it will give you this basic info. And then here you can define any of your, uh, yeah. Yeah, as a part of demo, we will just give simply one basic test endpoint here, and get method is there, and to greet user with name query parameter, we are taking the name of the user, and then we are just saying hello to them. Okay, so accordingly we can define here, and it also with its AI improvement, it also gives us suggestion, like in our, it's very similar to our design center, as we are having design center suggestions at the below. Here also, if we click on control space, it will give you all the suggestions. Like suppose if I click on here control space, it will ask me to, like, these are the HTTP status code list which you can add to your like this ramal. Okay, so once ramal designing has done, we can test it with using mock service, like API console option is here. If you see on this symbol, it will showing you show API console button. See, we are having this test endpoint, and inside that get method is there. To mock test it, just click here on the get endpoint, and then if you see, as we have defined three responses, HTTP status code 200, 400, and 500, it is showing similar. If you click on this try button, it will just asking us your username. Suppose if I'll give this send, it will give you the response like this. So exactly very similar as we are doing in our like mocking service part design center, we can do perform from ACB. Once it's done, we can publish it to Exchange. Also, there is two ways. Like we can use this symbol structure. Also, there is having command palette by using Control Shift P. We can open this command palette. Sorry, Control Shift P. Control. We can open this command palette of ACB, wherein if you just write this word MuleSoft, sorry, caps lock is open. MuleSoft, it will give all the entire list. What are the capabilities it can do? Like log into Anypoint platform, import a Mule project, implement this API. Yeah. Then what we want to do, publish API project to Exchange. Similarly, from here also we can perform the same steps, and to get it fast forward, we are having these options here. From here also we can publish our API project to Exchange. So if we click on publish API project to Exchange, it is just now validating the API. It will ask you for versions, asset version and API version. And below is nothing but our metadata about the project, like what is the asset name, then asset ID, business group. Once you click on publish, it is now publishing our API project to Exchange. Once done, it will also let us know here, like your API has been published to Exchange. Yeah, like that. And once it published to Exchange, it will also ask you like whether you want to scaffold your API right now. Yeah, accordingly, yeah, the option which you select, it will proceed further. See, like SCB Meetup is published to Anypoint Exchange. If you want to view, you can open it from here also. Once you click on here, it will open it in Edge. As I'm already having it open here, we will click from here. We will check from here. So in Exchange, if we will see ACB Meetup is, yeah, we can see ACB Meetup is, yeah, published to Exchange. Similarly, it is having test endpoint and get, like to greet user with name, username. We are having this HTTP status code. Exactly from here also we can perform the testing part. Okay. Now here it will ask whether you want to implement this API. You can proceed via here also. Yes. Or else right now I will do no, and I will show you another way. Like there are two ways. I'll just click on no, we can, like right now our API specification is ready and it is published to our Exchange. I want to implement it later for some, after some time, then I can come here in implement an API option. Here in implement an API option, what I have to just give, I have to just give any name, HTTP Meetup, and then I have to search here. It will search in Exchange and it will, yeah, it will allow you to implement that API. So in this case, we have to just click on add asset. Once search, just click on add asset. Exactly very similar, select Mule runtime version, Java version, and then create project. Once you click on create project, it is initializing integration project for you, and then it will scaffold it. It will try, see, scaffolding project. That's why it's very important to keep an eye on this corner, because time to time it giving you notification scaffolding finished successfully. Once it's done, it will create this entire structure exactly similar to Studio, like it is having Mule artifact.json with our Mule runtime and Java version. Oh. It is having this POM XML, the entire structure is there. There are dependencies, build, repositories, and yeah, sorry. Yeah, it is just, yeah, it is just getting our connectors ready for us. So now the API kit router part will get added here, and our flow has, yeah, see, if we see, we are having listener with path, and this is nothing but API kit router. And as we are having get method, this is the one. This is the main flow, console flow, which usually we are getting in Studio also. And this is the get method, which as in we are having only get method in our API specification. So if we come, then you can, after that, you can do any transformation. This is by default error handler logic. If you want to see this, you have to just drag the screen like this. Or there are three options, like this is the zoom out, zoom in, and this is the fit view. Here you can see the entire, but it's very small for screen share. That's why I just kept it in zoom mode. To see, you can drag it like this. And as a part of our API kit router error handler framework, it has defined all this 400 bad requests, all these status codes for us, 404 resource not found. Yeah. All the regular one we can say, 405 method not allowed, like this. So once it's done, you can do things from here. Like suppose if you want to add some logger, you can add it. We can just enable this fx part. We will write request received. Yeah. Just do control space and it will give you all the entire possible notifications or request path. Suppose if we do click save, if you want to change the little bit structure of the message, we will just add transform message. Here we will just print, yeah, welcome to ACB, like hello world, welcome to, yeah, I kept it ready here. We'll just, yeah, it is just taking from query parameter username and it is just saying like welcome to ACB. Suppose if you want to add the last logger saying request completed, you can do that also. Yeah, and here in transform message, like we can define if you want to add variable attributes, we can do it from here as we are doing in our studio part. Okay, so once done, just click on save and we can deploy it to CloudHub, deploy Mule project to CloudHub. Yeah, also we can do the same from command palette also. So like we have to just click on Control Shift P and then it will create this deploy.json file for you wherein all the parameters will be mentioned like runtime, worker size, worker, and then it will ask you for the environment which you want to install. So sorry, which you want to deploy your, yeah, so here it will go, the deployment of ACP Meetup has started and currently it is packaging application. It will give all this info from here, like what it is performing at the backend. Yeah, right now it is trying to deploy the code. See, here you can do any changes if you want to increase the workers or worker size, all you can do it from here. It is now uploading the project to CloudHub 1.0. Yeah, it is now deploying it to CloudHub. So once done, it will let us know so that, yeah, we can check accordingly. Yeah, meanwhile, let me just check whether there are any questions. Do we need Java? Sorry, do we need Java setup for this app running local? No, like normal JDK, which we are like which we have defined in our Java home. Normal settings only, which we are using with our studio part. Those are the one needed. There is no any extra setting and all setup is needed. How can we create multiple connector configuration in global.xml? Global elements. Oh, sorry, I missed that part. Thank you so much, Harjintar, for this question. There is for global elements, like we are not having, just as in Studio, we are having separate option of global elements adding. We are not having that in ACB. But how we can do that? Like in our code editor, as I have shown you. Suppose we are having, yeah, suppose we are having this framework, and if we want to add any of the global element configuration, in that case, from our code editor, we can add. Like you are seeing this listener config here. Suppose below, if I want to add HTTP request configuration, in that case, I just need to select HTTP request config. If see, and this is the one. If you selected this, it will create this configuration for you. And inside that, yeah, you have to. Sorry. Inside that also, we can define like HTTP request connection. Accordingly, it will create for us. When it comes to listener, you have to just type list here and then it will give you this option of listener config. This symbol is nothing but it indicates, yeah, the normal logging, and this square one is nothing but the snippets part which we saw. Yeah, we can use either of those to create. And to test connection here, we can either from XML, we can test it like this by clicking on test connection. Connection is valid, or else from here also it is possible from our Canvas UI. If we click here, and here also we are having this test connection button. If we click from here also, it's this option is there. So in short, we are not having separate global element UI here in ACB, but we can perform that same task via using our code editor. Like we have to just give the name, whatever global element configuration we want to add, and accordingly it will give us the entire skeleton structure ready. We have to just make those name changes, and then we are good to go. Yeah. So right now the project is deploying to Cloud Hub. It's taking little bit longer. Okay. And reference from flows. Like for subflow, if you are asking, like we are having this option, like from here we can add, or else from connector palette also we are having this subflow option to add if you want to. In that, we just need to click on this and it will get installed. Like where is your cursor? It will come to flow to that point. Let's come and see here whether we are having. Yeah, for dev. Yeah, see this ACV meetup and it is in deploying step. 46. Yeah, since last 5 minutes it is getting deployed. If we see settings, we have not changed worker and worker size, so those are as it is only. In logs, it will generate logs starting cloud of worker. Yeah. Meanwhile, it is getting deployed. Let me just tell you, if you want to import a Mule project directly from Studio, what we have to do, we have to just export it like normal, how we are creating jar by exporting the project. Just come into Studio, export your project. Okay, let me select any of the desktop. Okay, finish. Once we are having that mq.jar ready, yeah, project exported successfully, like our mq.jar is ready. Once we have the jar ready, just come here to ACB. We can see import a mule project option here, and from command palette also we are having Control Shift P. If we click import a mule project, we have to just click this word MuleSoft. Import a mule project. Both are the same functionalities. You have to just browse desktop mq.jar, select. Yeah, just give name MQ, import project. Once we imported the project, it will create that specific folder structure for you. So next time if you want to like open any other project, you have to just come to file and open folder. You can do like that. Once you have done with the project, you can just do close folder structure. You can see it has imported as it is. Like if you see mq.xml, let it just reload. Like we will see what we are having. We are having three flows here basically: MQ flow, subscriber flow, and consume flow. Then after that we are having .yaml files also, secure dev. Yeah, that's it. So let's see how it's imported. Like here also in source manual we are having flow list. We can see three flows got imported successfully: MQ flow, consume flow, subscriber flow. Apart from that, in resources we got this our .yaml files also, secure dev. So if you are having any existing projects, those are getting imported in ACB as it is, and then you can further work on those. Yeah, we will just check. Yeah, Okay, I think it is encountering with some configuration error. Connection is not secure. Maybe need to check. Okay. So right now, so accordingly, you can like deploy your Mule project like this via implement an API option. You can scaffold those, implement those, and deploy those. With your .jar, you can import those projects from Studio to ACB, and then you can carry your work further on those. Yeah. So with this, like I'll conclude this part as we are running out of time. But suppose if you are having any questions, always feel free to ping me, and I'll be I'll be answering. How to create MUnit for flows? Anything advanced way to minimize the effort on creating MUnits? Mm, no, on MUnits part, like as of now, I did not did much hands-on on that part, but it will be very similar to our Studio one. I'll reach out to you, Parveez, for this question. Yeah, once I'll dig it little bit further. Sure. Yeah. So, yeah, with this, like we have seen all these posters, and then, yeah, thank you so much for joining this session. And then the floor is open now for question or any of the queries you have. Can we able to run two projects at once in ICB? No, we cannot do that because at a time we can see open one project folder structure and we can work on that. So we can say these are nothing but some of the drawbacks part. But the thing is like ACB is still evolving. So maybe they people are working on those. So we are not sure whether in future they will come up with all those options and parts. Yeah. Yeah. Are there any more questions? If you are not having, can we use workspace for that? Yes, the thing is like projects are going to saved in workspace only, and accordingly the one which we want to work, we can open that workspace and we can work. But I don't think like this multiple project working option is feasible right now. Still, I'll try to get answers for this and I'll connect with you. Yeah. Yeah, I think if we are done with questions, uh, you cannot run, I guess. Yes. In projects also to view it multiple, like we have to open that project folder structure and then we can. Like at a time we can open only one project folder structure. When it comes to flows also, we can see only one flow at a time. Yeah. Let's see, like ICB will come up with many more advancements as it's still evolving. So maybe let's give it some 1 or 2 year of time. Other studio is almost 10 years older now, and then it goes to that flawless state. Maybe ACB will also come up with all this. Let's hope. Okay, I'll ask to take your cameras ready for taking a snap. Like whoever is possible and whoever are comfortable, they can make their camera on. I'll just take one click. I'll just stop sharing.